This week we see Sherman's theory tested. He has moved forward under the assumption the Confederates will be unable to stop him. With Hood in Tennessee and Lee encircled at Petersburg, his army marches unopposed. Or can the rebel commanders cobble together a force? All it needs is to blunt the Federals, and surely Sherman will starve. Let's start this week in Georgia. It begins with Governor Joseph E. Brown making the desperate decision to call for all men aged 16 to 55 to oppose Sherman. Barely anyone answers the call. The Union moves unopposed, and on the march finds rebel General Howell Cobb's plantation. Sherman orders it burnt. As the embers crackle, Cobb organizes his resistance. The Union advances towards Macon, Georgia, and near Griswold have a nice meal, their Spencer Rifles Lounge. This gives time for Brigadier General Pleasant J. Phillips to plan the assault. He has the Union officer, Brigadier General Charles C. Walcott, outnumbered 2-1. But the Georgia militia of the rebels is raw. As they attack, they fall victim to the Spencer rifles. Still, the Confederates advance, their ranks strong and deep, until a whiff of canister shot ends the battle. It's a terrifying, costly defeat for the Confederacy. Sherman continues the advance as General Hardee takes over Cobb's Confederates and continues the attempt at defense, but struggles as he has no idea what Tecumseh's targets are. The Union continues the march to Ball's Ferry. Oh, I'm too immature. The week ends as the two sides skirmish in the streets of Sandersville, but surely no one can stop Sherman. On to politics. The 19th, the President orders the blockade of Norfolk, Virginia lifted. The 21st, we get sent a letter, one of his most famous. Executive Mansion, Washington, November 21st, 1864.
Dear Madam, I have been shown in the files of the War Department a statement of the Adjutant General of Massachusetts that you are the mother of 5 sons who have died gloriously on the field of battle. I feel how weak and fruitless must be any words of mine which should attempt to beguile you from the grief of a loss so overwhelming. But I cannot refrain from tendering to you the consolation that may be found in the thanks of the Republic they died to save. I pray that our Heavenly Father may assuage the anguish of your bereavement, and leave you only the cherished memory of the loved and lost, and the solemn pride that must be yours to have laid so costly a sacrifice upon the altar of freedom. Yours, very sincerely and respectfully, A. Lincoln. Miss Bixby.
In a forgotten letter, Lincoln's opposite, President Davis, writes to officers in Augusta, Georgia.
Every effort will be made by destroying bridges, felling trees, planting sub-terra shells and otherwise, to obstruct the advance of the enemy. All supplies which are likely to fall into the enemy's hands will be destroyed.
The message is clear. Davis would rather see Georgia burn, its land laid bare, than to see it under Sherman's control. The 24th, the Confederate executive wires to Hardee a similar desire. New York, a report comes in, a fire, then another, but this fire's from a different hotel, then another. This isn't a mistake or an arsonist. This is a conspiracy. Conspiracy that fails. None of the fires do much damage. Some say the chemists who created the combustible concoctions made them defective on purpose. Any planned uprising of Copperhead fails even to start. Later on, a suspect is found, Robert Cobb Kennedy, who will one day be executed by the noose. From the American Civil War to the Indian Wars, the 25th, Kit Carson massacres Native Americans, but is checked from continuing by Comanche reinforcements. And let's return back to Blue versus Gray. Look into Tennessee. The two sides race to Columbia, and while General Schofield arrives first, he withdraws as the rebels demonstrate. They are attempting to split him from Thomas, but it fails. Sickles' time. That's where the week ends, and this week is a proof of concept. Sherman can't be stopped. His army marches and marches and burns, and the only question is, when will he get tired? Like the great Alexander, when will his men turn against him? When will they get tired of winning? It took Alexander 2 years. It seems Sherman will only need 2 seasons to end this war. Hi, it's Jonathan Teagan, the entire Civil War Week by Week team. I'd like to thank you for watching as we really do enter the final stage of the war. There's about 2 major battles left, and while this... Hi, it's Jonathan Teagan, the entire Civil War Week by Week team. I really would like to thank you for watching as we do enter the final stage of the war and its reporting. I hope to see you next week.